Freedom Top. Go anywhere. Freedom Top. What's up, guys, and welcome back to El.P. My name is Edgar, and today we're looking at the Jeep Wrangler. The third generation JK Jeep Wrangler was produced from 2007 to 2018. Before the fourth generation Wrangler JL replaced it with the 2019 year model. The one we have here today is the 2010 Jeep Wrangler JK in its sports trim. It's not so easy to find Jeeps of this age still in its factory setting, because a good number of Jeep Wranglers out there are modded heavily, and I don't blame them, because the car is so customizable and it's got the backing of all the aftermarket bits and parts you can think of. Just to clarify, the Jeep Wrangler is not a luxury SUV. It is on a league of its own with cars like the ugly FJ Cruiser, the Land Rover Defender, and the 70 Series Land Cruiser, plus others, but that's the level she's at. Originally developed for use on army bases, the hardy cars that can handle really tough terrain and offer little creature comfort for the occupants. Yet the Wrangler remains strangely appealing, not as a vehicle so much as an experience. It scores points by being unconventional and by being the only four-door convertible in the market. So despite its obvious in-your-face drawbacks, the Jeep Wrangler remains appealing. You just need to know what you're getting yourself into. The Jeep Wrangler can be found in 4 trims, plus a great number of special editions. With the trims, you get the Sport, which is the base model with features like manual windows. Then you get the Sport S, which adds power windows and such. Then the Sahara, which has painted trim pieces like the side fenders and stuff. And lastly, the Rubicon, which adds good suspension and all the other good stuff. The SUV in this car, I think, should be more of an UV. Utility vehicle, because the U in this car is so prominent, from the rear indicators, the big bumpers, the top that's detachable actually, that you can remove, and getting in just a button and it opens sideways. For smaller parking spaces, mind how you park your car because of how the boot opens. The hard top is still removable, but now these guys just have the benefit of 2 tops. They have the soft top and they have the hard top. The only downside with this is it eats a lot of your boot space. I would enter and show you, but it is removable. Just a few screws here and there. You can remove this soft top and have yourself a normal size boot space. There's not much to talk about here, so let's get to the back seat and see what we have there. Before getting to the back seat, I want you guys to see the different sizes of the front door and the back door. The front door is quite big and the rear door is quite, let me say, squeezed. It's about half the size of the front door, so entry and exit is made hard via that. If I would open and get in, you find the latch that holds the door protrudes quite a bit and hinders entry and exit. If you don't hit your bum and your back on this latch, you're going to hit your head getting in. There's no sophisticated way of getting into the back seat and getting out. Can't gracefully walk in and walk out of the back seat, as I would show right now. You see, you'd hit both your head and your bum. So I would put it in a way that you have to jump in and jump out. More of like a straight entry and a straight exit. So let's get in and see what we have in the back seat. Jumping in, as I said, firstly is the doors. Without this small strap here at the bottom, the door would open 180. That kind of like just holds the door. The door sound, I've never been in a G-Wagon, but I assume that's how a G-Wagon feels. The mechanical latching action, it sounds really good. It sounds really good. I can do this all day. Just open and close the door, because that sound, you know? It's really nice. Getting comfortable, there's not much space at the back really. With the front seat at my driving position, there's not much space here. I only have, let me say, a finger's width before my legs touch the back of the seat. Good things that they are cloth, so even if you're a bit taller, your knees can indent a bit and get a bit more space. I'm about 6 foot tall, so guys who are taller than me, at the back here, it will be a struggle unless you remove the roof and stand up the whole way. Headspace is a lot being that you have the detachable roof, so a lot of space. You get your speakers in very unconventional areas here at the top on both sides of the passenger seats. The U again, the SUV is quite prominent in this car. Side door, it's all hard plastics till the bottom. That will hold up for a very long time. You can bash it, you can remove it, you can throw it, and you'll always put it back and it will work, as long as you don't break the glass, that is. You get power windows, but the switch is not on the door. The switch is on the center armrest. So yeah, that is that. Your cup holders on the center bit. You get this handle here, which reminds me, which looks more of a bag. You know that handle at the top of bags, your primary or high school bags? It looks like something like that, but I bet it's tough. That's what's been put here. The center seats, you have a bit of a transmission tunnel. If I move here, it's a bit of a transmission tunnel, but it's okay. You can have 3 guys at the back here comfortably. Your shoulders won't rub as much, but they might touch if you guys have wide shoulders. You have back seat pockets on both front seats, and that's more or less the storage you get at the back here, unless you put things under the seat, which is a bit of space here for storage too. On a daily, how would this be? You have 2 child seat anchor points on both outer seats, so you can have your child seats here. If you're off-roading and still want to have your kids at the back, you can still do that with the doors not being there. That whole idea of not having doors amazes me in these Jeeps, really. I would like to have one of these one day, remove the doors and just drive that way without doors. And yeah, have fun. So other amenities like the boyfriend separator is not there in this car. Your headrests are this rubbery texture material. Again, the U is very prominent here. I don't see any airbags. I don't see any really safety features here at the back. So if you get in an accident in this car, well, yeah, you better have cleared all your things in this world. But again, I bet in an accident in this car, the other guys will have more damage than this car. So
reset the limits. All new Wrangler Jeep.
So let's get to the front and see what we have on the front seats. Getting into the front. The front is wider, so ingress is not as difficult. You can either use the hand straps, call them that, hand straps. Because as I said, it looks like those things you get on the bags. But yeah, quite strong. I bet you can hang on it. The seat moves quite forward, so if you're short, vertically challenged, you can still drive this car. It moves up to quite high, so you can really have, let me say, children drive this car. If not, just put it on your normal sitting position of a normal adult size human being, and yeah, getting in, either you walk in or you jump in. If you do that normal car thing where you just slide in, you will eat a lot of your side seat bolsters. Try to just either jump in or walk in. So far, all I've been doing is this. I watch my head and I walk into the car. Same thing with the front door. It's that, that mechanical, you know, that mechanical door close. It just, it's amazing. Look at the smile in my face. If that doesn't make you smile every time you get into a Jeep, I don't know what makes you happy, really. The U continues in this car in the front. By U, I mean utility of the SUV. You get more hard plastics all over the car. It's everywhere. You can take this car on a mud pit, get in, soak the whole interior with mud, get back home, and just take a pipe and hose down the whole car. Just remove the top, put it there in the sun, and the car will dry. That's how utilitarian this car is. Your window switches are on the center console, so you can still remove your doors and you have everything here. Again, you get that high head space at the front, a lot of knee space, and this really big round steering wheel to direct this boat. And the turning circle on this car is bad. There's no better way to put it. I imagine driving this in town, especially in Nairobi, how difficult it would be to maneuver around small turns, traffic, people, motorcycles, all those things. So it might be quite a headache living with this car on a daily, and you have to go through the city. But if you're on the open roads somewhere in a remote area, you're good. You turn, you hit a bush, you reverse onto another bush, and if you want, you can just go over the bush all together. And yeah, adventure. If you're planning on buying this car, I would say test drive the car first and see if everything works. If the car has been modded, it has modifications like lights, whatever, check if all the switches and all those modifications actually work, so that you don't get yourself, let me say, in the wilderness somewhere one day thinking, oh, I have this ultra super SUV, but nothing works, or whatever you're told works does not work. Try all those things so that you don't get yourself in a tight mix when that time comes. Another feature that the car has, if it's a hard top like this, you can actually remove the front bit only and have it all open. The roof actually is called the freedom top. It sounds so, you know, fairy tale like freedom top. Removing it is quite easy. It's just about 5 latches and the front is off. You basically have yourself an open air roof. For connectivity, what do you get in this car? The multimedia system, usually just basic. The one that's here is a Sony one. It's been upgraded to get all the features that are not there on the previous one. Down under you get just vents, your window switches, your AC controls, 2 12-volt sockets on both sides, which you really don't see on normal cars, and your 4-wheel drive options. And that's it here at the front. Nothing much other than your cruise control, which here in Kenya not many guys will use, or not many guys know how to use. So if you want me to show you guys how to use it, comment down below, cruise control, and I'll put it in the pipeline of the upcoming videos. That's the front. Let me open the bonnet and let's see what's packing under the bonnet. Opening the hood is just 2 latches, and this here, and it opens. And the best thing that it can open all the way, very easy to work on, I bet, because you don't have the restriction of the bonnet anymore. Mercedes have something similar, or BMW, but this takes it. Every 2010 Jeep Wrangler is powered by a 3.8 litre V6, 202 horsepower and 237 pound-feet of torque. Made it to a 6-speed manual as standard and a 4-speed automatic as an option. Other years you could get a 3.6 litre V6 or a 2.8 litre turbo diesel. I would recommend that if you're going for the 3.8 litre V6, go for the newer models other than the later older models. Is the Jeep Wrangler reliable? Well, no. Especially the 3rd generation. The 3rd generation of the Jeep Wranglers is considered the least dependable. It has the most complaints and lowest rated reliability among consumers. Common issues as listed here. Just be aware and be ready. For safety, the Jeep comes with front airbags as standard, and front seat side airbags are optional. In the American government crash tests, the 2009 Jeep Wrangler earned a perfect 5-star in frontal impact protection. The Insurance Institute of Highway Safety awarded the Wrangler its highest rating of good for frontal offset impact. If you're keen, you notice it's only on the frontal impact that you get high ratings, while side impact it gets low ratings. One reason of this is that the removable side doors are not designed to provide crash protection. To conclude, if you're ready to deal with the Wrangler's unique personality, and you're going to use it for its intended purpose, which is off-road, and you are ready financially to deal with the mechanical heartaches it will bring, then you should go ahead and get one. But if you're buying one the same way you'd buy an accessory to accessorize your style, then you should steer away, because this accessory will be very uncomfortable, noisy, and packed with heartaches at the end of the day. Thank you so much for watching. Tell me in the comments below what you think about the Wrangler, and if you own one, tell us how's your ownership experience. And hey, click on the like and subscribe buttons. Thank you, and see you guys on the next one.